Hello everyone, I'm Matt Williamson from Pop Goes the 60s, and today I'm going to do something a little different here on the show. I'm going to teach you how to make a Christmas cocktail called a Tom and Jerry. Now, Tom and Jerry it goes back a long way, but it's mostly a regional drink in the northern Midwest, so far as I understand. The drink originated by British writer-journalist Piers Egan in 1821. He wrote a book called Life in London. And the drink Tom and Jerry is named after two of the characters in the book. At least that's who it's attributed to. Somehow that drink got over to some of the nicer New York hotels in the 1800s and made its way here to the upper Midwest where it's awfully cold in the winter. So this drink got very popular, and if you ever are in Wisconsin during the winter months and you ask for a Tom and Jerry, they'll know exactly what you're talking about. And it's basically a rum and brandy drink with eggnog. I'm going to teach you how to make it. Now the tricky part is making the egg part. And you can oftentimes buy it in a store pre-made, and I'll put something up on the screen here of a brand that's very famous, and it can be frozen so it could be shipped to you if you want it. But I'm going to show you how to make it from scratch. We're going to do some eggs and whip them up here real quick here and then mix it in the end for you. So let's get started here. So the eggs, we're going to do something, this will be for about maybe 4 drinks. So I'm going to use 3 eggs, and we're going to separate the yolks. So let's get this going here. And these are the good eggs, by the way. We're not sparing any cost here from my patrons on Pop Goes the 60s. The advantage to doing it from scratch is you can limit the amount of sugar, and you can put some additional spices in here. So the spices I have out in front here are cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove. So those are the main spices that get added to this sugary egg mix. And we're going to whip it up here in a little bit and make it real frothy. Okay, we have our egg whites right in here. So then I'm going to just blend them up. We're going to use a hand mixer to get them whipped up properly. I can find my mixer here. Okay, now that you have your egg whites blended and they stand up nice and stiff, then we're going to throw in, where is it here? Okay, the cream of tartar. So this is what keeps it from separating. So I'm going to put in a ½ teaspoon of that. All right, now that that's done, we have the most important thing to put in there, powdered sugar. So I've got 3 eggs here. This is 1/3 cup of powdered sugar. Some people go real crazy with lots of sugar. You'll see recipes for like 3 times this amount of sugar. I typically don't do it that way. I just do a little bit less sugar because I don't need it that sweet. And we're going to pour in the egg yolks as well. We don't want those to go to waste. And again with the hand mixer. All right, now we can add some of our spice. So I've got cinnamon and clove. That's what I want to start with. We're going to save the nutmeg for last. Some people use some allspice. That can also be used in here. So I'm just going to shake in a little bit of ground clove in here. Not a whole lot, a few shakes. I'm a little more generous with the cinnamon. Oops, that's a little too generous. And we also add a dash of the vanilla extract as well. This old bottle of mine, which would be about a teaspoon, maybe a little bit less for 3 eggs. Go back to our blending. And what we have is a nice batter, kind of a sweet egg batter. Okay. Now when you have a bigger crowd, you can get a little bowl like this. This is an actual Tom and Jerry set. And you have this full of the batter, and this is what you put out, and people dip this into their mug. So now comes the alcohol part. So I've got a 1 ounce shot glass here. A full shot is 1.5 ounces. So what we're going to do is do 1 shot of the brandy. And I think this is Korbel. Yeah. So when it comes to this kind of stuff, I usually use mid-grade stuff, just like my audio equipment's mid-grade. I use mid-grade booze for when I'm mixing. If you have nicer stuff, it's always good to use the nice stuff as well. And we do 1 of these of the Bacardi. Some people use spiced rum. Any of it really works. Okay, so we've got some water boiling here on the stove. And that's going to be added to this. Then we add our mixture on top of that and stir it and serve it that way. So this is about ready. And then we add some of our mix to the top. Now this is going to be, sometimes I stir it just to get that hot water in there. And then I usually top it off with a dash of nutmeg. Now if you really want to get fancy, I would suggest adding some whipped cream. Now, one of the things that the cream does, it really cuts that heavier alcohol taste. Because this is about 1.5 shots of booze in here. So you can do that, and you can always nutmeg the top of that to make it look pretty. And there you have a Tom and Jerry. Oh yeah, first one of the year. So traditionally, at night in the upper Midwest, when it gets cold, you don't have to turn the heat up at night. You just have another one of these. Merry Christmas.
No, I didn't forget. The tree is up and the Tom and Jerry mix is in the refrigerator. Yes, sir. Same to you.